You are looking live at Fulton Community Ice Rink in Fulton, New York, where the New Jersey Rockets are getting set to take on the Central New York Bobcats in their second preliminary round game of the Gosek GRL PWR Tournament. Hi everybody, it's Joe Rizzo. Glad you are here to join in. It is frigid. It is -2 outside, and it feels like it's about the same inside. This is a nice cold ice rink, and the ice certainly should be real good. They did a good job tailoring it up, and they were finished with that quite some time before the players came out. A professional type job for sure. Rockets fell to home. Oswego, the host team. Fell to homestanding Oswego in the first game on Friday. This is their first day. Definitely having some issues with the external mic. So might well have to forego the external mic and see if we can bring you the commentary this way. Tom Rose will let us know if you can actually hear what's going on. But to be this close to where the mic is and still operate it is a little bit of a challenge. Rockets will start out with Barbara at center, Hope on the right, Brianna on the left. Liftoff from Fulton. Bobcats bring it in, only momentarily, but quickly ruled offside. Rockets wearing the black jerseys with white numerals and gray trim, black socks with a white stripe and gray trim. That one sent through the middle, and it comes through to the other side, and the Bobcats score. So just 22 seconds in, the Bobcats have jumped out to a 1-0 lead on the Rockets. The Rockets now can just hope that they do the opposite of what happened to them yesterday, where Hope Menikillo scored in the opening moments, and Oswego then turned around and scored 5 straight in a 5-1 victory. Rockets changed the line out there. It's Haley at center with Riz on the left and Bella on the right. Cookie and Lauren, the defense pair. We're going to see a little bit of a change in the lineup. They'll go with 2 defensemen. Riz is going to come in, tries to get by one, gets through there, but has a lot of company, and it's taken away. Bobcats will move it out through center ice, gaining the center line, now dumping it. We're in the first minute, 14-minute periods, and the Rockets are already trailing 1-0. Comes to the far side boards, Riz is over there, tries to shield off the other player, can't do it. They try to get through the middle, Lauren Fox takes it away. This is going to come through the circle. Haley goes down to grab that one. She's at center today. Usually we see her at D. Here's Riz. She's got a one-on-one. Let's see if she could get there. You could see Bella come into the picture. Centers it for Riz. She got a piece of it, but it goes behind the net. Far side, Haley's over there. She's got Riz with her. Looking, it goes to the point, but just past Tootie. PJ on defense with Tootie, so that's a little bit of a different look. Jacobus is going to rush in on the right side. Jacobus wrist shot, sticked away into the far corner. Kept in by Bug and sent into the corner. Riley was there, and it comes out and up. Riley keeps it in. She was one of the Rockets' best players yesterday. It bounces hard off the boards and nearly came in front. PJ gets it, sends it toward the net. Redirected, and a good save right there. Friendly fire by CNY. Wrist shot through traffic, good save. Rebound is there. Shoshana shoved it just wide. Hand worker got the backhand on it, but it was sent just wide as she got disrupted. Tootie's going to pinch in from the point. She'll try to march toward the net. Can't quite get there as she draws two defenders. Riley coming in, gets a piece of the clearing attempt, but it goes out nonetheless. Comes to the near side. Shoshana's behind the D. Hand worker wrist shot goes just wide. Goes all the way around. It allowed the Rockets to change. Bug keeps it in at the corner. Rose is going to be pursuant right at you. Fender battling. Can't get to it. Still Hawking gets a piece of the clearing attempt. Lauren gets dumped over there on the far side. It comes toward the middle. It's loose, and Sydney nearly got a stick on it. They're going to send this one all the way down. It's going to be an icing. And with 11:05 left in the first period, and the CNY Bobcats holding a 1-0 lead, we'll face it off right here. Fender at the dot, Clifton on the left wing, Sparks in the slot. Cook and Fox, the defense pairing. Comes out, Elise knocked it down, goes knocked down, but knocked it down. Rose gets a piece. Now Lauren comes in deep, wrist shot, and she was trying to hit the inside post, but the goaltender was there, so much so that she actually knocked the net slightly off of its mooring, but the ref repatriated it to its right spot. Good work here by this line as they get their chance. It comes into the offensive zone, CNY getting it. Lauren steps in and takes that one right away. Cookie along the far boards, and now it goes into the corner. Rose in pursuit behind the net. Lauren standing in front. This often is a problem. There's a wrist shot, and it finds its way in. So that issue that's been a problem for the Rockets frequently, where they let a defender come out from behind the net, curl around, and leave somebody unmarked in front. There were a couple of players there, but nobody marked the player with the puck. She got an open shot and fired it into the left side of the net. 10:22 first period, 4-minute periods, and already a 2-0 lead for CNY. Here comes Hope right off the faceoff, gets into the dot, wrist shot, knocked down with the glove, and the rebound was there. Hope tries to pick it off. Here comes PJ pumping in from the point. Barbara back at the point, sends it at the net, stick the side into the far corner. Barbara out there with Hope and Brianna. Comes to Brianna, stick in front, loose in front. Barbara's there, whacks at it, bouncing, and it comes just wide. Goes behind the net. Hope gets it with the stick, sends it in front for Brianna, but one of the defensemen knocked it away, and CNY is going to rush out. Tootie and PJ on defense now. Wrist shot fired wide, and it goes along the far boards where Brianna's going to get it, chip it past the defender. She finds another defender who's the third one is able to get it in. CNY moving it in, 1-on-2. They fire it wide, and they change behind the play. 9:29 left in a 14-minute first period, 2-0 CNY. They've had a couple of good opportunities, but for the most part, it's been even play in terms of possession. Paulino's going to move it in. She's going to send it toward the net and allow her team to change. Connolly is going to be the first in pursuit. Bella's going to get there, and the captain sends it in. Bella's still working for it as Cookie stepped in from the point to try to keep it in. She'll hustle back along with Lauren. Riz up the middle, waiting for that pass to turn around. If it does, it goes behind the end line, and CNY will pursue it over there. They send it up to the right point. Can't get it cleanly. Shot blocked away by Haley, but she doesn't know where it is. Half boards and now deep. Fox is going to pick that one up. Now Riz. Riz steps in with the body. She's 1-on-2. She gets enough of a piece of it and is able to fire it out of the zone. Bella in pursuit. She's going to try to pick the D-to-D pass off, but just a moment too late. They send it wide along the neutral zone, and Lauren Fox is going to pick that one up. Looks like an interference is going to be called here. Let's see. who it is against. It is going to be against Haley. So the Rockets not doing themselves any favors here, or at least not in the favor of the minds of the referees as they go on the penalty kill for the first time. They had 1 power play in Friday's game and 3 against. They didn't let up a power play goal. All of the goals in Friday's game were of the even strength mode. Referee sprinting over to the scorer's table. Let's see what he's talking about. Maybe helping them put the penalty up there. So there's the 2 minutes to Connolly. Even though they're 14-minute periods, in the tournament they're playing 2-minute penalties. Usually if it's less than 17 minutes. Wrist shot, Grace gets that one and she holds on. Cookie falls down for no apparent reason, so Riley gives her a little ribbing, or at least she should. Or maybe something did happen. Cookie and PJ will come off. Tootie and Cookie and Lauren come off for Tootie and PJ. Riley on the faceoff wins it back, but one of the CNY's players step in and take a shot. PJ's going to get this, bank it off the boards. This is going to be an icing. Shoshana's going to hustle down, but that's just in case it took a funny bounce, and that's good hustle by Handworker. Rose and Handworker, the penalty killers up front. Even the referees are cold, and they're from here. I talked to one of them coming in. I said, "Stay cool, brother." And he said, "This isn't even my rink." I said, "Well, you know, we're not from here." He goes, "Neither am I." Wrist shot fired just wide. I said, "Well, we're from New Jersey." He said he was from Oswego, which is about 12 miles away from here. So, you know, to me, that means you're from here and you're used to it being below zero. When you're in New Jersey, below zero is like a 3 or 4 year low. It rarely happens. Shoshana was able to knock that away in neutral ice as the Rockets now have a minute left to kill, rather a minute 7. Scoreboard is of the old school kind, so some of the bulbs and numbers don't work and make it a little tough to read. Rockets definitely need to get warmed up here because they're certainly battling the cold. Good glove save by Grace. That was ticketed for the top right corner of the net. And after a little bit of a sluggish start, perhaps the penalty kill will give the Rockets a little boost. They've been very good on the penalty kill for the season in general. Fox along the far side boards. Paulino's now out there. Fox is going to try to get off on the break. Sends it forward as she has a lot of company. This one's actually going to go on its side on net, and the goaltender covers it up. Gets a little snow over there, but nothing too bad. And the Rockets will take that offensive zone draw. Barbara in the circle. She's their best at this skill. Brianna in the slot. She wins it over toward Brianna, but Brianna got tied up and interfered with, so they call the interference one way but not the other, and CNY attacks. Under 30 seconds in the penalty kill for the Rockets, 6:47 in the first period. 2-0 CNY. They scored on their first, I think about their first 2 shots of the game. Not much Grace could do about it. She's standing in the far net. Centered in front, and Grace seemed to knock that one away. Wrist shot, she gets that one, knocks it down, holds it right there. So the Rockets don't get the benefit of the 1 extra tick of the clock that would have allowed them to go 5-on-5, and CNY will face it off in the offensive zone. And then Haley Connolly will jump out of the penalty box that is right next to her bench, and let's see who is in the face-off circle. It is Riz. She can't win it. She's out there with Bella and now Haley. So that line is together. And it's centered in front. Grace has it. Looks like underneath her, but still loose. No whistle. Still loose. PJ slides it away. And Bella comes all the way down to get it. And as soon as she touches it, they blow the whistle. I can't hear what's going on, but maybe my spotter Ben Paulino can. And they call, I'm not sure what they called against Bella in a goal mouth scramble, but the home cooking is definitely in here for CNY. A goal mouth scramble, everybody's down there. There's no pushing and shoving or rough stuff, and for some reason the Rockets are on the penalty kill again. They put the penalty up on the wrong team on the board, but we know that it's the other way. So Rockets down 2-0, already killing their second consecutive penalty here. Haley and Riz are the killers up front. Riz gets hooked right there, and let's see if they call that or the offside. Riz was coming out of the zone. Puck nowhere near there. She's got a stick hooking her arm. And there's, so far, the Bobcats on the better side of the calls. 141 in the penalty kill, 5:50 in the first period, 2-0. CNY over the Rockets. CNY in the white jerseys with navy and yellow trim. Navy numbers. Centered through there. Now it's Brianna and Hope up front, and PJ and Tootie back. Here comes Hope. She gets through, gets to the top of the slot. Short-ended wrist shot fired over the net. She had the goalie down, and the Bobcats are going to break out. Tootie and Brianna hustling back along with PJ, who knocks that one away. Good speed, good technique to get in there. Hope now comes in to dish it out a little bit. It comes up, and that puck will go out of the zone. 1 minute left in the power play, a second consecutive power play for CNY, and they hold a 2-0 lead. They'll break it in onside, but change some behind the play, not all. That one comes out of the zone again, and they'll move it back all the way into their own zone to try to reset as the Rockets change one of their defensemen. Tootie gets off for Lauren Fox. Dumped in and goes all the way around the boards, all the way to the near side corner. Lauren was looking for it, centered, that's knocked away by PJ. Playing defense, we haven't seen her there much this season after she played most of last season there, the versatile Jacobus 21. Shot from the point, misfired, but turns into an even better pass as CNY will move the puck up to the point, high-low on the right side. They'll work the cycle over there, will CNY, as the clock ticks down to 4, 3, 2, 1. The penalty is over. The Rockets have killed off another. So they've given up 2 at even strength, and they've killed off 4 minutes of penalties in the first 10 minutes of the game. They'll need to generate some offense here if they don't want to quickly get way down and knock themselves out of consideration for moving further in this tournament. That one's sent on net. Grace covers it up. Whistle and a stoppage of play. 3:51. First period. 2-0. CNY Bobcats over the Rockets in frigid Fulton Community Ice Rink. One of these old school barns. If you lift the puck just well enough, especially along the boards, you're going to hit a stanchion or the ceiling. Wrist shot from the point doesn't get through, and it bounds off of a player. CNY tries to keep it in, and they do. Elise out there with Sydney. Here comes Lauren Fox, can't get it through. They bank it off the board. Sydney had a chance to pick that one off. She's hustling over there with Rose. Sydney gets a stick on it. Player falls down. Rockets are lucky that with the way this thing's going, they didn't call a penalty there, even though it was none. Elise behind the net, and let's see if she can get a hold of it. Sydney battling to keep it low. Here's Cookie, sends it through traffic and covered up. Elise was right there along with Rose looking for a rebound, and this line continues its improvement. As after 4 minutes of penalties, this line plays the first part of its shift in the offensive zone. Sydney battling along the boards. It's sent up and through. If this goes all the way down, it's going to be an icing. I don't know if it's going to get all the way through, and it's not. So Grace plays it wisely. Tootie banks it off the boards. It finds its way out of the zone as Elise shielded off the right defenseman. Sydney battling to get through neutral ice, ran into another player over there. And we're down to 2:48 left in the first period. Rockets need to get on the board, but at first, when the puck is down at the other end, hold them off the score sheet. Grace grabs that one, and we have a stoppage with 2:41 left in the first. Wrist shot, Grace with the stick save. Rebound went the other way, but she was able to knock it away with a little help from her friend. Battled for in the far side corner. Barbara over there, Brianna over there. Sorry, I have to keep clearing my throat. All the air that I'm breathing in is below zero air, I think, or close to that. Played within the neutral zone. 2D waits for Hope to get onside and sends it in for the chase. Hope nearly picks it off in front of the net. You know Menichello, she doesn't need much. The Rockets don't need to pile a ton of shots on the board to erase these deficits, and we've seen it over and over. Grace stops that one with the paddle and covers it up. 1:50. First period remaining, 2-0 CNY. They got a couple of quick ones, and they've had 2 power plays since, but the Rockets have kept them off the board while shorthanded. Connolly on the dot. She's got her 2 forwards in the middle. Riz jumping out to try to pick that pass off, and she actually got there almost too quickly, where the defender saw her and was able to rethink her decision to pass it to the point. Riz would have been off to the races. Riz is right there, very up high, keeping the defender honest, although maybe not as honest as you'd like if you were CNY. She's got a chance if that puck squirts out to get a break. Cookie sees nothing behind the net, reverses it, and she's going to skate this one out, sends it for Riz. Can't get it quite right on the stick. Riz trying to pick that one off, can't do it. It's sent into the offensive zone, sent right down the middle, and given away to CNY, who takes it up in front of the Rockets bench. They send it in across ice and will change their 60% of their players behind the play to pursuit, stay out. Down to the final minute of the first period, 2-0 CNY. Rockets looking to keep them off the board here and see if they can grab one before it's all said and done. Riz trying to get through there. She's just not able to get behind the D, but she's looking to do it. And the Rockets were very close to doing it in the first game, and they couldn't really do it. So these teams are playing it tight. There's a stick and physical battle in front as they play with the puck along the boards, and finally sent across ice and out by Barbara. Riz in pursuit. Let's see if she could pick one off. 3 Rockets up there, and they cannot win the battle as CNY is going to send it in and get it deep for the last 10 seconds. Lauren shrugs off a defender. Still battling for it along the end line. 5 seconds. They send it out in front, but it skips over a stick. That's going to expire the first period. 2-0 CNY, a couple of quick ones within the first 4 minutes, and then a couple of power plays for the Bobcats that the Rockets keep them off the ledger for. We're going to switch ends, see if we can get you the best view of what's happening. I'll give you a little shot of the crowd as we approach them. There's the Rockets outdrawing the home team from a fan perspective. Everybody saying hello. There's Becky, Debbie. Well, you're not just talking to me, you're talking to everybody around the world, from Mumbai to Malmo to Montvale, and of course, West Milford. Try to find the similar spot over here. Man, that's about as good as it gets. It's been so cold here that the attachment that I use to have my external microphone seemed to have been freezing, but we've improvised with a hand warmer on the stem. That seems to have possibly done the trick. Lift off in period 2. A little difficult for me to see the time from here, but we'll try to do the best that we can. PJ in pursuit. Hope covers the point. It comes to the point where Tootie smacks it in. Barbara's going to pick that one off of the half boards, sends it toward the net, but just a little wide. Goes to the far corner. PJ still up there in pursuit. Sent forward. 1-on-1. Tootie cutting through, and the player loses the puck. Maybe the Rockets will get some of that puck luck. They're going to have to earn it. These teams are of similar ability, but they might play a little bit more hockey, especially together. And they certainly have the benefit of nature where they are able to, oh, there's one that chips off of somebody and comes in front, and Grace is able to just dive and cover that up wisely. They have the benefit of nature freezing over some water and getting out there on the skates with not always having to pay the freight to do that. Makes it a little easier to improve your skills. Here comes Isabel Cook, and she will gain the line and send it in. She'll follow it to the far side. Bug jumps up there in the slot. Let's see if they could get it to her. Riley pushing in on the half board. Shoshana over there as well. Tied up by the defender, can't do anything. CNY, they're just desperately looking to send it across the offensive zone, and the Rockets could be wise to do that. Lauren Fox in pursuit. Player charges and can't turn the corner. Wrist shot, another save, so about 2 or 3 saves by Grace in the sequence. And Fox hit the boards on the end. A little hard on the slide, but she seems to be okay. She got right up and she's talking to her goalie and patting her on the head. 2-0 CNY Bobcats. 12, it looks like 13 left. Second period. Mary Gosek GRL PWR Tournament. 3 points for a win in regulation. 2 points if you win in overtime. It's a 4-minute overtime if they get that far. 1.5 points if that 4-minute overtime ends with no score. The top 2 of 5 teams will advance to play in the championship game on Sunday. If the Rockets happen to be one of them, they are going to have to start scoring. Here comes Hope. Hope gets through one. Hope down low and gets it knocked away by the paddle. She had Brianna with her, but Hope went right down Broadway. She's able to handle in a phone booth is number 48. And when she gets moving, she could be 1-on-2. We've seen her surgically get through 1-on-2s with frequency this season. Wrist shot fired and goes just wide. Sent now through the top of the slot, and no shooting lane there as the puck is reversed. Far side corner, Hope bumps her player off and gives Cookie a little extra time to get to it. And now it comes to Hope at the half board. She'll chip it off to herself. Dives forward to get it out. Here comes Paulino. Can she turn the corner? 1-on-2. Here's Brianna. Looking. Centers it. Nobody there. Barbara was almost there. The net is off, and the referee repatriates that. That one's sent down to Grace. She's just going to cover it first and wait for PJ to get there. And no funny bounces this time. That one's sent in offside. Actually, it looked like Rose actually sent that puck back into her own zone, which would not have been an offside. But if that's a break, that's the first the Rockets have gotten. Because the 2 penalties called against them were debatable. Let's say that. and there's been a lot of other stuff happening. Not egregious, but enough that calls would not be surprising. Here comes Jacobus, gets through the slot, loses it there. Sydney gets it here in the near corner, can't hold it. Tootie from the point, sends it, redirected by PJ in the slot. Elise was there, got a stick on it, but had a little too much company, and she and 72 will trade whacks. Coming in, and there's a stick save, or was it a blocker by Grace? She got maybe the end of the blocker and the stick on it on the partial breakaway. Sydney will steer that one out and perfectly to allow her defense to change as she remains in pursuit. That's 78 Sparks. Rose pushing her player toward the middle, and CNY gets it all the way down. A wrist shot and a save with the glove by Grace. Battled for at the right point and sent in. Now Fox gets it out. It hit off of a glove. Why is that not a hand pass? Should have been whistled down, but it came back to the defensive zone. Maybe that's why. It was knocked down by a hand, and then the next possession was also a CNY player. Rockets will get it out. Riz trying to get through. Just had a little too much juice on it. It comes in the top of the slot. Bella there. She tries to tie up her player. It still battled for. There's a big save by Grace. They were looking for the 5-hole off a shift that looked like it was going to turn and head down the way of the Rockets, but kept in, and a shot there that Grace stopped with the portion of her body that is below the logo and above the pads. Same thing right off the face-off. Time's still ticking. They take a couple of extra seconds off. Looks like 9:20. Hard to see from where I am. Comes toward the point, sent through, and another save. So the Rockets just get chunks off. Chunks of time off. Haley is the one in the face-off circle. She wins it to herself, reverses it for Bella. Bella sends it forward for Riz. Riz can't hold on to it. And that one's sent in, and once again, another save by Grace. Let's see if this unit is switched up. They switched the D. Going with 4D here. Jacobus and Hanson, the pair coming out to relieve Cook and Fox. Connolly in the dot wins it again, but there's nobody there, and the CNY Bobcats will have another possession. They send it through traffic. It gets down low. I don't know if it went all the way through. Here comes Riz up the left wing. Steers through one. Has a lot of traffic in there. Is going to fire it toward the net on the right side. Bella there, and CNY sends it out. That's not going to have enough for an icing as PJ comes back to get it. Rockets have to force and then maintain a little possession here in the offensive zone. The longer of the possessions have gone the other way. And we station the camera down here because, well, we want to see more of what's going on down here. We'd like more action happening down here. That one knocked away as Jacobus came across the yawning front of the net. And that's a good change for the Rockets because not enough of that has happened. Jacobus can't keep it in along the blue line, and to the chagrin of the Rockets bench. And the ref saying, I'm right here, but Coach Paul saying, well, you might be right there, but you're wrong. Now, from my standpoint, I can't see if it goes over or not. Coach Paul discussing the world we live in and life in general with the referee, and stationed in front of the bench. Puck sent around near side. Paulino is going to be there. Oh, and it just hops under her stick blade. Fox keeps it in. Paulino can't take it away from her. Goldman sends it forward, but not out as Barbara sends it back. Rockets doing a lot of ping-ponging, but not connecting as much on passing. Fox to Menikillo. She's looking for somebody in center. Paulino, one-timer, goes just wide. That's their best scoring chance of the game. Here's going to be a penalty. Let's see if the Rockets finally get a power play. They're going to call an interference. Let's see who they call it against. Looks like the Bobcats are going to open that penalty box door, and the Rockets have earned their first power play of the contest on the interference. Looks like 7:03 left in period 2. 2-0 CNY. The Rockets put the same unit out there. Barbara with Hope and Brianna. Here's Isabel Cook at the point. She's going to march in, send it through traffic. Oh, and Barbara had a chance to knock it in on the shot that was sent just wide. That was a practice drill from this week. Fox tries to send it through traffic. Hope knocks it down. Bulldogs trying to kill it. Bobcats, whatever they are, right in front of you. Barbara sends it to Lauren, who sends it back deep but can't get it all the way through. Brianna comes from behind and picks it off, gets dumped right there with the slew foot. No call. Paulino got slew-footed. That's a trip. It's a very dangerous play as well. Fox, Risker, stick to side. Menachillo now. Paulino. Landstrom with it. Cook at the point through traffic but can't get it through. Menachillo, wrister goes too high. Might have gotten a stick. Fox in deep, sends it right at you behind the net. Hope is there. She's got Brianna in front. She goes to Haley and it jumps over her stick. Rushing in was Connolly, getting into scoring position, and Haley nearly put that one in. Looks like about, I can't even see the actual penalty time left, but it's winding down for sure. Bobcats get it out of the zone. Riz comes off the bench, gets her pocket picked. She's got to hurry up and get onside. She does that. There is the, is it the expiration of penalty? No, 22 seconds left. They send this down. It's going to be an icing. So with 15 seconds left in the power play, the Rockets unit will have an offensive zone draw. Connolly will be in there to take it with Rizzo in the slot and Cucci on the right wing. Hansen at the right point, Jacobus at the left, and she will station herself between the points and at the top of the slot. Connolly wins the faceoff to Riz. She tries to whack at it, but it finds a CNY stick. They bring it up right up the middle through 3 Rockets, and boy, if that thing just stays on its end the other way, it's money time for the Rockets. There's 3 behind the defense. Penalty is now over. Wrist shot changes direction and a save by Shefferstein, I believe her name is. The names are at the bottom of the jerseys, but I haven't been able to make out the goalie's name. Bobcats bring it in. They lead 2-0. We've ticked under 5 minutes to play in the second period. They got 2 in the first 4 minutes. They had 2 power plays after that and could not score. The Rockets here in the second have had the only power play. So it's evened up a little bit. This comes to Riz and she tries to steer it out. Needs a little help from Haley. It goes out and then in. Let's see if, so in the first game they were bringing these face-offs into the offending team's defensive zone. They will do exactly that, and it'll happen in front of you to Scheiferstein's left, her glove side. Riley Rose in the circle, wins it over to Shoshana. Riley shoots and it hits off of 57 shin pads. Fox keeps it in and she sends it below the end line. Shoshana is going to get there first and tries to send it back, but there's nobody over there, and it hits a defender and stays back. Holt now pursuing. Let's see if they can get it out, or keep it in rather, and it's a 2-on-1. And Riley Rose comes back to break it up from behind. Get some cheers from her teammates. Well deserved. She's had the legs here as number 10 in black through 2 games. She's come very close to getting behind the defense a few times as well. That one sent in offside. I don't think that one's going to come all the way down here. I think they'll just face it off in the customary offside spot. Fender, Clifton, and Sparks will jump out there up front. They have been a bright spot. They're going to face it off at neutral ice with 3:33 left in the second. Rose tried to win the face-off forward. It looked like she actually did get what she wanted, but it goes to a CNY player, and they charge into the offensive zone. Rose defending below the end line with Isabel Cook, sends it up the far side board. Sparks gets a stick on it and sends it out of the zone. Elise in pursuit. Sydney there trying to knock it down. Rockets get onside. Sydney sends it in. This line increasingly becoming a little more difficult to play against. Rose gets it, sends it toward the net, and it goes just wide. Rose will hustle over there and try to knock out the pass. Can't do it, but Lauren Fox is able to get it at the logo at center ice. CNY wins it in front of their bench, and they send it in deep as we get down to 2:45 left. Rockets trail 2-0. They are in this game. They are in this game. They just need to dent that net. Get the 0 off the board. That's the first matter of play. The first goals here in this game, 2 of them to the CNY Bobcats, came within the first 4 minutes of play. Since then, the Bobcats have had better possession and they score. So all that work, and one of the Bobcats players rushes the zone, gets in down low. Looked like she had a pass available and instead uses the shot and tucks the backhander into the 5-hole. So it's 3-0 now. 2:13 left, and these deficits are going to become more and more difficult to overcome. Grace makes the save right there as the confident Bobcats now moving with some alacrity. Landstrom is with Paulino and Minichello up front. Jacobus and Hansen on D. That one's sent in offside, and they're going to face it off right down in front of us. So there's a little more consistency of that here in central New York, whereas the referees in the games that we've seen in the general Maha area, they haven't called this nearly as much. They usually just typically keep the offside. Minichello with the one-timer, and there's a save. Scheiferstein up to the task. They've had a few good chances, and the goalie's been up to it. That's been the difference. It's 3-0 now as that one jumps out of play. Coach Paul doing an Irish jig with a Swedish take. Wow. He danced out of that. He's got the moves like Jagger. He's got the moves like Jagger. The younger Landstrom takes the face-off and wins it. Jacobus gets it, banks it off the boards, was looking for Paulino. Comes out to neutral ice, and CNY had to wait to get onside. They do now, and they bring it in, although there's a scramble over there. They keep it in and send it deep. Landstrom goes all the way behind the end line, reverses it where Minichello stands. She draws 3 defenders, can't get through them. And now the puck sent toward the net, but it doesn't get all the way through. Here's Hope. She's going to get this one out off the boards. And she's getting whacked from behind right there and gives a little whack back. Sent up the boards and battled for along in neutral ice. Paulino tried to pick that one off, and those attempts are close, but they have not connected yet. Haley is out there at center, and she gets a little help from PJ, who was behind the line and trying to get moving. Here comes Hope. She's at the end of her shift, but she's going to be the first forward in pursuit, and she will take it into the offensive zone. Spilled there, and it's a first down. Fox gets it but can't keep it in. Sent through neutral ice. Hope picks it off again. Brianna jumps in onside. Hope is going to fire a wrist shot. Glove down, loose puck, steered right at it. Banked off the boards, a little bumping. Referee saying don't check. Riz comes out and just overskated it. It was just out of her reach. The puck changed a little bit of direction. And the period expires and Hope takes a spill down there. 3-0 CNY Bobcats as we head to the third period. We'll switch ends and we will bring you the comeback and the awakening of the Rockets from close by. We'll give you a fan shot once again, and they'll of course say hi Joe Rizzo, but they're really saying hi to you. And there they are, the Rockets faithful. Fan cam. Everybody reporting that they're cold. There's the wave. Oh, the wave. We got a hi Tom in there.
Hi world.
There's Andy Menichello, the father of 48. My often compatriot watching Rockets practice. Okay, we're bringing it to you up close. Three nothing, your score. Can the Rockets muster whatever it takes here to get back in this game? Three nothing, a tall order, especially with a 14-minute period. The group to start it off is going to be Connolly, Cucci, and Riz. Fox and Cook behind. CNY wins the faceoff. They send it in. Gray steers it to the near side. They try to center it, but Cook gets there first. It comes to the near side half boards. Cucci's there, but CNY brings it out. They send it toward the net, but just shy. Goes to the left side. Riz gets a piece of it, but can't get a hold of it. Wrist shot saved by Grace on the logo that says Rockets along her chest, and she leaves no rebound. We've ticked 25 seconds off of the clock in the third period. The Rockets will change their forward line. They'll keep the D out there. Landstrom in the dot, Paulino and Menichello in the slot. Those are her wings. Wrist shot off the face-off. Landstrom won the face-off, but the CNY player just stepped in, took it, and fired a shot. Grace stopped it. Left no rebound. This time, the Bobcats win the face-off. Lauren Fox directs it away as it was headed toward the area of the net. CNY retreats in their own end, and they move it out of the zone as the Rockets were in there. Landstrom, can she get to it first? She can't. It's sent out and down. Onside, no icing. Cook there. She sends it along the near side boards for Landstrom. Landstrom's going to use all that room, and she's going to get moving. Landstrom over the center line. She dumps it. Goes over the end line. But a Bobcat is there first, and that's the way it's been just about all game. Cook gets through one, sends it to Paulino in the slot, sent at the net, and covered up by Scheiferstein before Paulino could get the stick on it. 12:47 left in the third period. Rockets trail 3-0 in their second preliminary game, the round robin of the Mary Gosek GRL PWR Tournament. Here's Riley Rose in the faceoff dot. Connolly now will take a shift at D. Riley wins it and sends it at the net, but it's sticked aside. She's got Shoshana and Bug flanking her. That one's sent on the net. And Scheiferstein stops it and covers it. Here's Riley in the dot again. Won by the Bobcats. Steered up and sent out as they move forward in a 2-on-1. Hansen back. She's going to play the puck carrier. Backhander goes wide. Hooked over there was Haley. She had her stick lifted and then hooked around. 3 penalties in the game. 2 against the Rockets, 1 against CNY. The CNY penalties came back to back after they built a 2-0 lead in the first period. The Rockets killed those off. The Rockets could not score on their power play, and the Bobcats put one into the net in the later part of the second period to make it 3-0. Get the 0 off the board. That's the first order of business for the Rockets. They lost 5-1 to Oswego Friday night in their opener of the tournament. This team earlier Friday that they are playing now beat Oswego 1-0. So if CNY holds on here, they'll have 6 points and be firmly in control of their own fate as far as getting to the finals of this tournament are concerned. There are 5 teams in it. The top 2 in points will meet 5 o'clock Sunday afternoon for the trophy. And if the Rockets can't find a way to get back in this game, they're going to almost have little to no shot, even if they turn around and win a couple of games after that. Hansen comes out from behind her own net, looking for some room, chips it off the boards to herself. She's going to be 1-on-1. She's got a 2-on-2. Hansen through, gets it knocked away. Rose Fender was there trailing, but couldn't jump on that puck. Good back checking by the Bobcats. They'll come in offside with 10:42 left in the third period. And the team in white and blue with yellow holding a 3-0 lead. Rose on the faceoff. They overskated, but nobody was in pursuit. They were waiting for the pass, and you just can't do that. You got to pressure the puck carrier and force them. And then if they make the mistake, you just take it and walk in. So a little hesitation right there, and that's something that comes with experience. It just sort of kicks in at some point, and you say, why do I want to give them time and space? Those are the 2 most valuable things in hockey. I'd like to take them away from that. And I'd like to get those things for myself. So it could just be that everybody's really cold. That's another possibility. And one team might be a little more used to it than the other. Wrist shot goes at the net, and Grace jumps out to glove that one down. Down to 10:14. Third period. 3-0 Bobcats. From Central New York, that's the designation, CNY. Rockets win the face-off, but Bobcats win possession. So in the books, it probably goes down as a Bobcat face-off win. Sometimes it doesn't have as much to do with the person in the dot as the other players that are around. Rockets keeping them to the outside here, and CNY sends the puck out of the zone by themselves. Riz in pursuit, so her defender gets by her, but she's forcing the play. Backhander goes to the top of the crease. Grace gloves it down. 9:45 left now, and the clock clearly the enemy of the team in black. Connolly in the face-off circle. Rizzo and Cucci, the wings. Jacobus and Fox now the defense pair. Comes to the near side boards as we tick under 9:30. Sent at the net wide. Grace is probably going to try to cover this up. It's still loose, and no whistle. Now there's the whistle. Rockets will change. Landstrom in the dot. Menikillo and Paulino, they've had their chances here. Just can't get one through. Get that 0 off the board. Hansen gets on a knee to force a shot to go wide. It comes to the point, and the Bobcats take it there. PJ gets it up, but not out. Rather, that was Cookie. Now it's out of the zone. Menikillo in pursuit. She's going to try to pick it off. There's the errant pass, and Hope's going to pick this off and try to get it in. Hope at the top of the slot has Brianna with her. Wrist shot, one save, covers it. If that puck just bounces to the other side, Brianna's going to be able to tuck it right in, but got to keep pushing here. Good chance for the Rockets. That line will face it off to Scheiferstein's right. 8:47 left for the Rockets to figure out the comeback. Bobcats win the face-off, and they'll send it right at you. Rue gets it, but can't hold it. Menikillo trying to get open. Wrist shot, glove save, knocked down. Hope trying to go to the point, but an unfriendly bounce. That's going to be sent down. They're going to ice it as long as it doesn't take a strange bounce off the boards. That's the icing. And Rockets will change it up front. Riley Rose will be in the dot. She'll have Bug in the slot and Shoshana on the near side boards. Cook and Hansen, the defense pair. We've seen Bug score on this play. Riley tries to win it over to her, but it gets a skate, comes toward the point, and Cook can't keep it in. She's got a lot of help back there, and they send it through the slot, but no one there. Send it toward the net and behind as they work the cycle. Cycling it behind the net. That one sent up and in from a very, very, very sharp angle. It looked like they were passing it, but nonetheless, on the sharp angle, it finds the top right corner of the net from the bottom left doorstep. A sniper shot, not the kind that has a lot of speed on it, but a surgical one where there was about one spot in the net that she could have put that, and she found it. So it's 4-0. And the Rockets have now 8 minutes to figure this thing out. We have another game at 8:45 this evening. Here comes Hope, over to Tootie. Wrist shot goes just high. Frustrated, Hansen shakes her head. She and her teammates have been frustrated so far. Wrist shot, and there's a goal. 5-0. 7:33. Now things coming apart a little bit for the Rockets here. Good opportunity on one end, and then they give one up on the other end as they let the offensive player get behind the D. So it's not going to go their way, and they'll have 7:33 to try to build momentum for their game this evening, and then another game Sunday morning. With the impending weather reports, we'll see what comes of what. The weather reports are not good. They're calling for a lot of snow in a lot of different places. One of them up here, possibly 9 inches slated for this evening, and then more for the lower regions where most of the girls in black are from. Although they are spread out, still that greater New York region. Bobcats move it in again. Wrist shot saved by Grace. She got the paddle of the stick on it, or maybe the blocker. It's sent out through neutral ice, at least to Sydney. Sydney's skating there, skating hard. Now that's a good difference by Sparks right there. Didn't give her player any time to pursue. Forced the pass, they made it. But again, if that was one of those where it hadn't been completed, then Sydney might have had a nice break. Wrist shot, right pad save, and there's some changes going on behind the play as Isabel Cook brings it out. She sends it toward the near side boards and down. It hits a stick, so there's no icing. Haley Connolly will get it right in front of you, centers it for Elise, backhand, there's one save too! And Haley and Elise almost combine to put one in the net. The 11, 12, 13 combo out there as Elise now jumps off for Bella to complete the line change. So maybe there was something in the numerals right there where 11 and 12 get a couple of shots and 54 cleans it up before it could get in. 13 was on the other side. Haley wins the face-off, sends it between the defensemen. They send it toward the net but can't get it all the way through. CNY breaks it out, and they've just been so effective at that. And that's really what's put the Rockets on their heels very often. It doesn't appear to be much of any talent gap here. It's possibly a team that has played together a lot longer. And that's a testament to their organization and their coaches, and of course, always the girls. Sent at the net, there's a stick save, and it's whacked and sent out. Bella and Riz are going to pursue. Bella steers it to this end, takes a slide, hits the boards. Cucci hustles back to her feet, and that one's sent in on sides, no icing. As we tick down to 5 minutes left, this one is not going to go the Rockets' way, barring an absolute explosion from 0 to 5. Here comes Cucci looking to get the 0 off the board, sends it forward but off of 72 skates. She'll come back and skate behind and send the puck to the near side, backhanded right up through, and that's one of those cases right there where 24 just knows to send the puck right there. Somebody's going to be there. Sent it blindly with a backhand in her own zone. That's when you've played together a long time. Battled for in front. Haley's going to steer this one off the boards to get it out and allow her forwards and 4 out of the 5 to change as CNY reverses it. Whiff on the pass. Hope's going to step into the lane. Hope's going to bring it in. Hope at the circle. Hope wrist shot. Fired just wide. Might have had the goalie beaten, might not. Comes to Hope at the point. She's going to send it wide, looking for Barbara coming out the other side. CNY sends it back around. Hope gets a stick on it first. Shielded off there. Brianna comes in. 4 Rockets kind of in one spot. Now trickled toward the goal, but there's nobody there because they're all on one side and now they're high in the zone. Comes up and they'll skate it out 2-on-1. Jacobus is the one. Rio sends it back over, passing back and forth and shot just wide. 3:30 left. Rockets would like to exit this one by getting the 0 off the board. Not the showing that they were hoping for so far in Central New York. They scored the first goal of the first game 36 seconds in by Hope Menikillo, and they've given up 10 straight since then. I'd like to end that streak right now. As we tick under 3 minutes to play. 5-0 CNY. 2 in the first, 1 in the second, and 2 more here in the third. Landstrom knocks it out of the zone with the help of her hand and her feet. It comes to Paulino. She can't get it through the logo at center ice, and CNY will send it back in. Paulino sends it forward for Hope a little bit too strongly, and pursuing back in their own end are the Bobcats. Slamming on the brakes, coming around and sending it up the boards and out, just past the reach of Hansen, who turns, sends it in offside as Hope couldn't get out. 2:17 left. The final score is the only detail left. The win and the loss, a fait accompli. It's 5-0 for CNY. They're going to get the 3 points in this game. That'll give them 6 in 2 games, the maximum so far for the tournament. And that is going to put them firmly in control for a spot in the finals. It doesn't guarantee it, but They're certainly on their way, are the team in white and blue and yellow. Battled for in neutral ice as we tick under 2 minutes to play in frigid Fulton, New York. The Fulton Community Ice Rink, and it's got that community feel. As there's a whistle over here, they are going to call a slash. Let's see who it is on. And the guilty party is number 14 in white. So the Rockets will have a power play with 1:49 left. Their second of the game, so that evens it out. Too little, too late, though. Rockets do not want to end this game on the power play, which would mean that they score a power play goal. The unit out there to try to get the 0 off the board is going to be Landstrom, Menichello, and Paulino. Hansen and Cook will switch sides on defense. Hansen at the left point, Cook between the points. They win it to Cook. Wrist shot through traffic, sticked aside. Goes to the far corner and now up to the point. Hansen looking to get it through traffic. She has Hope in front, and the shot is blocked away. Comes all the way back, and Cookie's going to grab that and turn. She'll bank it off the boards, but it's a CNY player that's there first. They send it back into the zone, and Hansen has to pursue all the way behind the end line. Sends it up the near side boards for Paulino or herself, but the one player there that's 1-on-2 is winning the battle. Landstrom comes in to make it a 3-on-1 and just take the puck away as we tick down to 70 seconds in the game. All of it on the power play if nobody scores, or at least if the Rockets don't score. Rockets can't even get it moving. They can't get it out of their zone, even though they have the extra player out there. Here comes Hope. She's going to gain the line, and she is going to look to see if she can get set up. Hauled down over there. No call. Here comes Hansen, the slapper. Glove save, and it trickles just wide. Shoshana's going to battle for it. Here's Cookie. She sends it down low. It goes behind the net, and Brianna's going to jump over there with 36 seconds left. It's sent in front. Hope's there, loose in front. PJ got it, but she was trying to switch it to her forehand. She's looking. Here comes Jacobus, sends it in front. She was looking for Paulino on the far side. Paulino to the point. Fox is there. Wrister goes high, gloved. It wasn't going to go in, but Scheiferstein just gloved it anyway to make sure. She was going down. She reached the glove up, and it looked like it was going to go over the net, but the Rockets will take it. They get an offensive zone draw. 21.1 seconds left in the game. They trail 5-0, and they are on the power play. Rockets pull the goalie, attempting to get a good shot at this. 6-on-4, and immediately the puck gets sent out of the zone. Fox sent it back in, but it didn't go all the way back in. No icing, and the Rockets have 10 seconds to figure it out. Here comes Shoshana. She gets it picked off. Empty net, shot, score. 3.7 left. The final's going to be 6-0. And this is just not how the Rockets imagined things when they jumped in their cars on Friday. And they'll just expire the last few seconds, so no need to face it off. 6-0, the final. That will do it from icy, frigid Fulton Community Ice Rink in Fulton, New York, just outside of Oswego. If you like what you see and you want to get alerted every time the Rockets are playing with a live stream or anytime we upload content, hit that subscribe button and the alerts button, and you will get an alert. And we appreciate, as always, all of your support. For those watching back home or anywhere, if you're on the roads these next couple of days, please stay safe. We'll be back around 8:45 p.m. with another game, and we'll see if the Rockets can turn their fortunes around. They fall here 6-0 to CNY. This is Joe Rizzo. Thanks for watching New Jersey Rockets Girls Hockey.